What are the real questions you should ask your midwife if you want an undisturbed birth? Sit with me for a second, and I'm going to tell you the 2 crucial questions that you need to ask your midwife if you want a physiologic, undisturbed, natural birth. Now, just for sitting with me, I would love to send you something that's going to help you have that smooth and beautiful birth experience. That is my 7-day nutrient power plan. Good pregnancy nutrition is literally the foundation of a healthy baby, a healthy pregnant body, and also you and your baby having a smooth birthing experience that goes calmly and safely. I would love to hand that to you. Drop me a comment below and I will get it your way. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Kristen and I am a pregnancy coach. I work with mamas all over the world. I've had my own 8 babies naturally, and I love helping mamas have healthy pregnancies and prepare for an awesome natural birth. Like I said, I'm coming to you every day, giving you one actionable tip that will help you to prepare to give your baby a beautiful beginning. Today, we're going to talk about 2 essential questions to ask your midwife if you're wanting an undisturbed birth. The first one is this. I want you not necessarily to ask a question, but ask your midwife to describe something to her. Ask her or say to her, can you tell me what a typical birth is like? Tell me what's a typical birth. What happens when you get there? What's happening with the mom? What are you doing? What happens during labor as things get more intense? And then when the baby's born, what's going on with the mama? What are you doing? What's going on? Can you talk to me about that? The reason why this is so important is it gives your midwife the opportunity to kind of stream of consciousness walk through a typical birth. Now, she may tell you, okay, well, we don't have typical births, or every birth looks different, and there may be some truth to that, but chances are she can tell you, okay, what does a pretty typical labor and birth look like? It may vary by some hours here and there, but she's going to reveal to you what does she do, and you just be curious, soaking this all in, and listen to her. What happens when she gets there? How does she come into the house? What equipment is she setting up? There are so many questions and answers that are encapsulated in this one thing. And you can ask her as she goes along, because it will trigger you to ask more questions. Okay, so you come in and you're really quiet and you set up your equipment. What kind of stuff are you setting up? Oh, okay. And then what would happen? Like, what are the moms usually doing? How are they usually handling things? Okay, well, what do you do while she's doing that? Do you hear how these questions have curiosity? But they tell you so much. And then, especially with the pushing stage, you would ask her, okay, what position do most of the moms that you're working with push in? Okay, what do you do while that's going on? What's happening with you? What are you looking for? What are you checking for? Oh, okay. And then what happens? Oh, what happens if she seems to be having a tough time? What do you do? These are questions, again, that are just curiosity. And if you're a first-time mom, this is especially good, or if this is your first home birth or something like that, these questions are especially good. But even if you've had babies before and you had a different midwife, you might say to her, oh, I had another midwife and she did things one way, but how do you do them? Or you could even say, oh, my midwife did this, and what do you do? But I would recommend that you don't put too much in about the other midwife, because you don't want your current midwife to think, well, maybe she didn't like that, so I want to say something different. What you basically want to do is get that stream of consciousness where she's telling you everything, every step of the way. Another tip that's related to this is ask her, does she have birth videos of any of her clients giving birth that are available for current clients? Because that will tell you a lot too. What you're looking for is this midwife really hands-on, really hands-off, and that sort of thing. And she may give some caveats in there. Well, if the mom needs a lot of help, I'm right there for her. But some of my moms like bringing up their own babies. Another thing is you may listen to her say some of my moms, which some people really find that rankling, but a lot of midwives will say that. So what you want to look at is what she's saying resonating with you? Is what she's saying letting up warning flags? This is a great question to ask her, a great strategy. The other thing that you really want to ask is, do you have written protocols? And this is not necessarily good or bad. This is information for you. For example, as a pregnancy coach, I totally believe in and respect women's rights to make their own decisions. I believe in their intuitive senses. I believe in providing information. But I still have written guidelines and checklists that help me make sure that I'm going through things with moms, that help me make sure I'm encouraging her to do inner work that she needs to do. And I also have checklists about things that she may be facing. A lot of women, for example, reach out to me if their babies aren't growing well. So I have lists that I go through because I want to make sure I'm giving her full information, that I'm asking all the right questions to help both of us be aware of the full situation that's going on. So having written protocols is not a bad thing necessarily, but what you want to understand is, does she have those written protocols? Does she stick to those protocols? And also another big thing is she legally bound by any of those protocols? And so if your midwife is practicing legally in a particular jurisdiction that regulates midwives, you want to know how she's regulated. And then if there are specific things that you're thinking about, for example, what if you go to 41 or 42 weeks? What if you're a VBAC mom? What if your waters have been open for a long time? You would want to ask her about those particular protocols, because that will give you an idea on how hands-on or even how likely to transfer she is during your birth. So these two questions are questions that will really give you a good idea on how undisturbed the birth can be, how hands-off your midwife is going to be if that's what you want with your undisturbed birth, and also if she has protocols that will create problems if your birth is anywhere outside of a narrow set of norms. And again, those protocols may be in place for a good reason, and you can dialogue with her about that, but you certainly want to know that they are there. Now, I know that I've thrown a lot at you. I would love to help you with some baby steps, and my 7-day pregnancy nutrient power plan is definitely a way to baby step into tuning in with your own into your own intuition and helping you figure out what you need to do to be giving yourself excellent prenatal care and preparing for a good, safe birth. Also, if you would like that one-on-one help, guidance, and support every day throughout your pregnancy, I do have openings for coaching clients and would love to work with you. For either one of those things, drop me a line below, let me know, and I will reach out to you with more.